Howdy, everyone! We're back!
What is there to say? Everything we had to say.
We said at the end of the last chapter. It's the beginning of a new chapter.
We want to see what happens. So this time, and probably only this time, we won't waste your time.
Speaking of wasting your time, we are, as always, the Bittersweet Gamers.
I'm the opinionator and stuff.
And I'm We Squared. Let's go.
Bereahard. I actually like the Bereahard music, though I don't really like the town very much. It always felt cold.
Well, considering who was in charge of it at the time.
That's true.
I'm sure it's much warmer now.
We started the last chapter with Alphen and Elise, and then also seeing Elisa, so nice to see Jusis. And Patrick there.
I see. So Marquis Ragnar will be absent as well. I take it this means House Higharms will be the only one of the 4 great houses in attendance.
Meaning whatever it is that's happening, House Alberea is not part of it.
Yeah.
Would that it were different. For all of his faults, Marquis Ragnar is a man of principle.
I feel as though I may have said this several times when he has come up before.
Which makes his continuing house arrest for his actions during the Civil War all the more unfortunate.
Yeah, that's true. You can make a great case that he deserves that. That's fine. I'm not saying he doesn't. But his actions nonetheless made him look good to me.
Same here.
One can't be too careful with a man who can lead his own militia.
Says you!
Though compared to the Governor General of Crossbell, he's a mere child playing with toys.
Jusis.
I said some bitterness, buddy.
I like how Jusis and Patrick are buddy-buddy now, but they would be.
Right.
Sorry. Just idle thoughts. By the by, what kind of man is this Marquis Ballad?
Huh. Okay, before going into that then, I just have to say, Jusis is probably my favorite character in Steel.
Every bit the man the rumors make him out to be.
Well, we haven't heard the rumors either, so...
Foolhardy and greedy, but dangerously savvy when it comes to matters of personal gain.
Okay, sounds like a horrible person.
I can't even imagine how his presence will disrupt our conference, and I'm unfortunate enough to be his caretaker.
Well, I trust Patrick.
Yeah.
To do it.
Well, with your father there, I can't imagine he'll be too much of a terror. Marquis Higharms tends to have a sobering effect on people.
He does have a really calm way of talking and, voice.
He's just a nice guy.
Very true. My father does not suffer fools gladly.
And in terms of competence, Marquis Higharms looked really good.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of competence, although I respect Ragnar, he didn't come across as being particularly skilled. And same thing with Jusis' father.
Oh, don't get me started on Jusis' frickin' dad. Jesus.
Well, after his fall from grace, he became delusional, and, Jusis is really sad about it, but blech all these people.
But after the recent incidents in Crossbell and Sutherland, there's no telling what to expect. You would do well to exercise caution yourself.
You hardly need to remind me. Besides, I'm going to be among people I trust.
That's right. I suppose the conference does overlap with the branch campus's field exercises.
What a coincidence!
Something else for me to look forward to.
Excellent.
Man, I hope he'll be a guest member in the party.
He's not. I did find out.
I know, but I can hope, even if it isn't true.
When Cold Steel 3 came out originally in Japan, I was like, do you finally get Patrick as a party member yet? And I was like, dang it!
It will be a pleasure to see Class I's former rivals reunited after all.
Lord Jusis, your visitor has arrived.
Yes, let her in.
Right this way, young lady.
Thanks.
Of course it's Millium.
What are you gonna do? You gonna run up to him, grab him with a hug?
How's it going, Jusis? Long time no see!
Leap over the desk and just glomp onto his face.
Yeah, she's definitely going to act really stupid at him.
Hello, Millium.
The nicest he's ever been to Millium. Ever.
You're a little late.
not my fault it takes so long to get approved. Why do I need to get permission every time I want to see you anyway?
The reason should be obvious, given each of our positions.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Hey! Dodging's no fair!
Sometimes I fear you'll never learn. You're 15 now, aren't you? Would it kill you to act a bit more ladylike?
He's gonna sweep his legs.
Lammy!
Oh!
No.
Think fast!
Oh, hell.
Gotcha!
That was dirty.
Get off me!
And she did, in fact,
Glove
glove-
his face.
You can't just jump on someone in an outfit like that.
Oh, you want to compare fashion notes, Mr. Fancy Haircut? But fine, if it keeps you from getting any more wrinkles.
Just get off.
Jusis should have expected such dirty play.
Now this is good! Every bit as tasty as the pancakes Tilly and I had earlier.
That was like months ago.
You know, the children in town are starting to act more like you.
Oh, God.
Why do I get the feeling you've been teaching them?
Well, we have been hanging out a little.
It would be nice for Bereahard to be less stuffy.
Yeah.
Every time I come visit you, I get to know them a little better. They're all really good kids.
That they are. So what if she was artificially created? She's just like any other girl. Aside from her complaints about not getting taller anyway.
Something on your mind?
Don't talk with your mouth full.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Not at all. So, how are things on your end? As for me, my schedule remains unchanged.
All right. Even with all the crazy stuff that's happened, I should be good to go. Are you excited? You and me going on vacation.
Adios, help me.
I suppose the place is so pretty that it would feel like a vacation. Even if we're walking into what is essentially a carnival of villainy.
Yeah, that sounds like Ortis.
Carnival of villainy.
You've got a way with words, Jusis. I just wish I had access to more information. Even if most of the classified stuff is just about nobles and the Bracer Guild.
I wouldn't worry about it. That's standard operating procedure for the intelligence division. Though, I imagine your status as an Ironblood gets you more leeway than others.
Though I also suspect that your reputation as an Orion means you're restricted to more information than others.
Still, if I had the same clearance as Lecter, I could be so much more helpful to everyone from Class 7.
I like this, because she's clearly prioritizing Class 7 over her ties to the intelligence division by talking like this.
And even the Ironbloods.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that.
Green, Halisa, and Machias seem to have it especially tough. Bea and Sara, though, I think they can take care of themselves.
You don't have to worry about taking care of any of us.
Well said.
Besides, the fact that you're a part of Class 7 means so much more to us than any political favor you could offer.
I'm giving you another hug.
This is such a warm and friendly scene, like all around, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like all of these characters, Jusis, Patrick, and Millium, were all people that started out like distant and frustrating. I mean, Millium basically said to Reen in Cold Steel 1, "You're not worried that I'm gonna poison you?"
Yeah, Millium acted that way, but she wasn't really close to anyone till the end of Cold Steel 2.
Right, it's just really nice to see.
No, you are not.
Wait, what's that sound?
Ah, it must be Class 7 related.
We have a special
I wonder
ringtone.
what happened.
Yeah, it was the same as last time.
No way.
Could it be?
Been a while, Jusis.
Yeah!
Huh? Oh, and Millium is with you too.
Let the teasing commence.
Gaius!
Nobody's heard from him from a long time. I did get it spoiled that he's with the church, But to be fair, I also sought that out because I had been saying that he was a Dominion
For a while.
since Cold Steel 1.
Yeah.
Raquel, the entertainment city. Yeah, we'll be taking Ash here, I'm sure.
Yeah, this is what was in his opening thing.
Yeah, the new opening screen. We showed you Muse's, but Ash has got one too.
Ah, Jaegers.
Furthermore, a battle between two different groups of them.
God, keep those giant swords away from me.
Why charge straight into gunfire, though?
It must be Bugbear.
Wow, they're really going at it.
Shirley?
I figured Needhog would be good, but the other guys are no slouches themselves. Betcha they'll give us a pretty good fight.
They've both been in shambles ever since the Civil War. The dragon lost its head. And as for the other group, well...
Guess this makes it a fight neither side can afford to lose. I'd like to have a battle with a certain someone myself.
You wouldn't be talking about little old me now, would you? Easy now, Blitz.
And he just walks right up to him?
I'm unarmed, see? I should be the one on edge here.
Sorry, but I'd rather not take any chances.
If you're the leader of a Jaeger Corps, it doesn't matter if you're armed or not.
Not with someone who can go toe-to-toe with Lord Balder.
That was Randy's father.
Aw, lighten up. Can't you relax around an old drinking buddy?
I think Daddy might be the only person who could drink with you and not be nervous.
I do wonder if we're gonna see Sigmund Orlando.
That said... This is pretty weird.
So is Zephyr working for the gnomes or whatever?
I saw you and Uncle Balder kill each other with my own eyes.
Yes, please, let's continue to talk about this. I would love to hear what you have to say.
And now you're here. Does this have something to do with that cool purple shadow thing?
Yes, cool purple shadow thing. That's a very technical term.
Who can say?
That's what we thought it was, that it was directly tied to Divine Knights.
Seriously, though, you don't really want to start a fight in a place like this, do you? The two of you against little old me? I'd have zero chance of winning.
You're real funny, old man. But I get it. We're all just observers this time. So, once you get things squared away with your business, come pay us a visit. We'll be waiting.
Excuse us, Jaeger King.
Really had me sweating there.
Two different groups of Jaegers, as well as Zephyr, whatever they're doing here, and Ouroboros.
Old man like me wouldn't stand a chance against all that youthful exuberance. Don't you think?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be Sara. We knew that she was going to be in this chapter, so...
Right. The bit at the beginning.
Yeah.
I'm just talking to myself. Don't let it spook you. The Colonel, your dad, took good care of me back in the day. Introduced me to my favorite brand of smokes. By the way, I meant to thank you for taking care of Fee. Chasing us from battlefield to battlefield's all well and good, but raising that kid right is what really matters.
Well, I mean, he always seemed like a good guy.
Just so strange he wouldn't sit down and have a talk with her himself.
Yeah, maybe there's just stuff he doesn't want her to know.
Even if you're practically a kid yourself.
Well, all of that was really tense.
Yikes. That was just like 3 years ago.
I really like Sara. It's hard to not like her, but oh my god, her weapons look like toys.
That is one of the big points against her, yes.
I hate it so much.
Colonel. I haven't heard that in a while. Bloody Shirley. No, the Sanguine Ogre. She had to have noticed me too. I've been off the front lines for too long. Meanwhile, Fee's been picking up skill after skill. I'm really starting to feel my age.
Oh, don't sell yourself short. I'm sure you're still a monster.
For goodness sake, she was a teacher for a long time.
Yeah.
Wait, what am I saying? I'm only 27. Well, almost 28, but...
Oh, come off it!
Either way, I'm too young to be old. Okay, Sara, focus.
Yeah, quit getting embarrassed all by yourself.
We've got two of the strongest Jaeger corps, the Dragons and these Jaegers in purple, battling it out. One way or another, things are gonna come to a head. For me and for the kids. And you know, even if he is a far cry from the Viscount, I have to admit, the Jaeger King is a real fox.
Ah, Sara. Oh, older man. But it's good to see that she's just as Sara as ever.
Good to see she hasn't changed.
Right. What is it? Bryonia Island? Something like that? I just remember from one of the field exercises that the B team went to in Cold Steel 1, they talked about this.
Yeah.
God, they're not all gonna be here, are they?
Well, someone's early for a change.
Oh, that would be terrifying.
Basking in its glory?
It does kind of have a Getter Robo head.
It does!
Even I was surprised when I first saw it.
Yeah. I hear there's another one in a place called Nord.
Yep.
Yes, just about the same size, too. Even though it's a very different shape. Wait, is something bothering you?
That statue in Nord, and then this one here on the island, those are a great deal larger than Divine Knights.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a good idea of how big an ion is, so I'm not sure if I can say it's the same size as that or not.
No. I don't sense any power within this thing. It's nothing but a shell. Just makes me wonder where the insides went.
Huh.
That's an awkward way to phrase that.
Insides?
Sorry, we're late.
If we have to deal with all of them all at once or something, this game may be easy, but this is too much.
Well, we know that at least Class 7 is going to have to deal with, or new Class 7 is going to have to deal with these two because it's the prologue.
Right.
Have you been a good girl, Duvalie? Took you too long enough.
I said sorry. Oh, the almighty conflagration is with you.
My, are we interrupting something intimate?
No.
Don't even joke about that. I would never. Especially not with some lazy, irresponsible bum like him.
Yeah, he's the complete opposite of her personality-wise.
Well, you know, opposites attract. I don't buy it.
Never is right. No man could ever sway a little lord's pet like her.
Then there's also that. She's far too in love with Arianrod.
Well, aside from maybe that Ashen kid. Isn't he your type?
That's kind of what I was thinking. Reen, too, is very, very serious and isn't irresponsible at all.
That's true.
And that seems to be basically what she does. She's really straightforward.
Honest.
I know I mentioned it once before, but when you run into her in Azure, unlike Ines and Anea, Duvalie doesn't grandstand or anything, or try and do any funny tricks for the fight. She's like, okay, you're here, let's fight now. And they're like, oh, you're kind of honest and straightforward. Well, that's kind of nice. And anyway, it just starts to embarrass and frustrate her that they're complimenting her. And then I felt really bad because compared to especially the fight with Ines, I just crushed her.
Dear me. Absolutely not! And what do you mean, Lord's pet? If anything, McBurn, you don't have enough respect for the Anguis.
I guess that makes two of us.
Yeah, they're all just gonna be here, aren't they?
Huh. Campanella doesn't really care for Arianrod?
He just cares about the Grandmaster, really.
How would anybody know?
I guess that's what this implies?
Well, no, this is the first time I've heard it. He was with Arianrod in the Crossbells.
It's you.
It has been a while, fool.
When was the last time? The Crossbell incident?
I believe so. Though we've all been busy roaming across the continent, so I won't hold it against you. With that, all of us who were stationed to the west are here. Except Shirley, that is.
Yeah, the crazy ogre chick's off getting a read on the front lines.
The thought of her off on her own scares me a little. But we have preparations to make.
Plus, if she's off over there, she's not groping me.
There is that.
Before our beautiful and proud lord arrives.
Yeah, that's gonna be bad. If we... McBurn and Campanella and Arianrod? What do you want us to do?
There's no need for that.
My lord.
I didn't expect you to arrive so early.
Well, well.
My lord! I'm so glad you're here. I didn't think I would get to see you so soon.
Nor did I. I thought we had several days left to wait.
Did something change among the Anguis?
Yes. The Oathbreaker and Lady Maribel decided to take on Arteria.
Whoa!
Arteria?
The holy city of Arteria is the home of the Septian Church.
Oh, God!
And the professor completed the final ion earlier than planned.
Sounds like he's been working hard.
Well, I guess that's where the Gralsritter are at the moment, is more or less dealing with this. That's insane!
He probably didn't like what happened to his last one.
His last ones?
Ah, Campanella and McBurn.
Something that I will say about Arianrod, you never got to see her very much, and you pretty much just know her by reputation.
Mm-hmm.
But she was not unfriendly, nor did she engage in any grandstanding, nor was she disrespectful even to a Gralsritter. There's this interesting line that someone says about her, you have the reputation of being someone who knows right from wrong. And it just always made me wonder so much, what on earth is she doing with Ouroboros then? I understand that she utterly idolizes the Grandmaster, or at the very least, deeply respects her.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's pretty much all the information there is about Arianrod.
How long has it been? About a year?
Sounds about right.
Still wearing that clunky helmet of yours, I see. There's a nice breeze right now, so why don't you take it off?
McBurn! How dare you say that to our lord?
What? She's hot. I like hot.
Now, Jubilee. He's no subject of mine. Since we're ahead of schedule, why don't we have a little duel?
Oh,
And then the coastline was forever reconfigured.
I wasn't aware that they'd ever actually fought.
If you can manage to tear this helm from my head, I'll be able to feel the lovely breeze you mentioned.
Nah, I'm good. Not because I think I'll lose, but because I don't think I can actually win.
That's kind of terrifying.
Yeah. I had been wondering who actually was stronger, and apparently It seems to be Arian Rod then, if McBurn is like, I'm good.
Just like all of our other fights.
Ah, okay.
What?
You're right.
That is terrifying if his reputation for strength is such that he's about even with her, for goodness sake.
Although, the outcomes may have been different had you taken my sword lessons more seriously.
Damn it, don't treat me like I'm Louvet.
Just what is their relationship?
Well, she clearly respects his strength, if nothing else. But again, she's never been unfriendly.
Now let us begin. The third of our experiments to reclaim the phantasmal blaze plan.
That would be Ion Type Alpha 2.
To determine whether or not a vessel can gain power through combat.
Okay, there we go. This means we were right about combat actually being part of the goal of it.
Yeah.
But what do they mean to gain power? To access some well of energy and be able to draw from it? Is this well of energy that they could be gaining access to? Something like the core? Like, is that something that exists separately? Or something that exists within them? Or within, like, a vessel? Or not a vessel, I guess. But anyway, there you go. That's what we're thinking. So the thing that they're actually interested in is determining if it can.
If a vessel can gain power through combat.
If it can gain whatever this power is. If I'm understanding this correctly about the Phantasmal Blaze plan, it seems as though we were right that the goal of it, or at least the first step of it, is for some type of semi-mystical, supernatural machine to awaken to some sort of power.
Right.
Vita wanted Ordine and Valimar to battle.
She didn't seem to care what the outcome was.
The outcome did not seem to be important, but the whole thing she was trying to set up was just an opportunity for there to be this climactic battle between Ordine and Valimar. If she would have wanted to get rid of Valimar, Crow could have done that at any time in Cold Steel 2.
Yeah.
And he could have chased Valimar when Valimar fled at the end of Cold Steel 1, but he didn't. Because the point was to, like, build him up so so Reen was actually capable of fighting, and then have that fight. The ions that they're using right now are expendable. It is just an experiment to see if they can do it, if they can gain that power, and what the conditions are for them to do that. So then they can use the information they get from the experiment to give that power to whatever...
Like a chosen vessel of their choice.
Yeah, whatever their preferred vessel is. And Osborne, of course, has taken over the Phantasmal Blaze, just as Ouroboros has redeclared that they're doing the Phantasmal Blaze plan.
And so that's why he's sending Reen into all these direct confrontations to see if Reen can awaken that ability.
Right. When we went to Sutherland in those first field exercises, Ouroboros was just antagonizing the branch campus. They weren't doing anything. They were trying to provoke a fight. They got the fight, and they had the chance for the Ion to battle Valimar.
Yeah.
Campanella and McBurn weren't threatening Crossbell. They were messing around to try and provoke a fight. It's like Osborne, who wants the Phantasmal Blaze plan, is directing his pawn, his son, to go here and there with Valimar to a place where there is an available thing for Valimar to fight. And Ouroboros is just watching these places and causing enough trouble to get that fight started themselves.
And to get the same information.
That's what it seems to be, right?
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me.
Now, there may actually be something going on in Ortis. Have no idea. All right, well, that's at least our current understanding of everything. I suppose the power that they're trying to get is possibly the same as the power that the Ions had when they were powered by Kia. That may not be the case, though. June. The hydrangeas began to bloom, heralding the beginning of summer. In Leeds, situated just west of Heimdall, light rain showers came and went.
Lies! They're still here! Right.
You know the umbrella was originally designed as a weapon?
I believe I remember you telling me that, yeah. Ha! She doesn't care if she's being rained on.
That's normally how I am. I haven't used an umbrella in years.
Well, it's hard to work on a field with just one hand, you know? Okay, prove me wrong! What do I know?
After 2 field exercises, the branch campus reputation began to spread far and wide. And with this renown came additional funding and equipment to enhance the school.
Are we finally going to see some returns for all that mysterious enhancement level?
Do we get another Soldat?
Maybe another Hugo?
You mean a Hector?
Hector?
Oh, a Kestrel!
Oh! Hugo, Hector, Hannibal, whatever.
No, the Hugo is a mobile suit from Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans. What? What do you want from me?
Yeah, it's probably Schmidt.
He likes watching her squirm. In addition, the campus welcomed some new faculty.
Yeah! Yeah!
Josette, huh?
And Becky!
Well, I'm sure that Josette is just supplying the student store.
Well, even so, it'd be nice to see her around.
Heck yeah, it is. Becky, a graduate of Thor's main campus, opened a student store. It's just so comforting seeing everybody around.
Mm-hmm. And Lindy.
They finally got themselves a clinic, so Toa and
get a break.
And Kyrie doesn't have to do it either. Very important part of the faculty.
The cat, yeah.
Yep. Due to her training at St. Ursula Medical College, Lindy was the perfect candidate to take over the medical office. And though it was only a few, there were some important transfers among the students.
Yeah, Ash and Musse are going to be a part of Class 7 now.
I was wondering if they were going to officially be Class 7 or not.
Man, it's already the weekend! I can't believe it's been 3 weeks since we got back from Crossbell. Time sure does fly.
We got back 19 days ago to be exact. Tomorrow's our free day, and I feel like I still have a little energy left.
Aw, looks like you've gotten a bit tougher, Allie.
Don't make fun of me.
Leo told me you're doing pretty good in swimming club.
I still can't swim more than 40 yards, though. It seems you've been working hard at tennis practice yourself, Yuna. In fact, I've heard you're to have an exhibition match with a high school in Heimdall.
Yeah, apparently their tennis club was just founded too, so we figured it'd be the perfect matchup.
Rookie tennis team versus rookie tennis team?
I hope the rain clears up. I wanted to get in some practice after school.
According to the forecast, it should be sunny after 4 p.m. But judging from your grades, Yuna, shouldn't you be studying instead? She is so smug right now!
Oh.
You're so predictable. Well, the finals are still a month away, so you've got some time.
There's no way I've got enough time for club practice and studying. You don't have to practice for any matches in chess club, do you, Kurt?
Actually, we have a match set up with another high school as well. A significant amount of my study time has gone to reading over match transcripts and teaching a game to Sydney.
I forgot what a brainiac you are.
Something that I really liked in Cold Steel 1, when they did the finals, more than half of Class 7 actually just did really well.
Yeah, they're all pretty smart.
Why, thank you. I will take Brainiac as a compliment. These two have been getting along lately.
Oh yeah, I was checking out the campus store this morning and it's pretty nice. They've got stuff from all over for sale. I also picked up the latest Imperial Chronicle there.
That shop is run by Instructor Reen's fellow graduate, Miss Becky, correct? The school is, at last, starting to resemble a real military school. Well, a real school, anyway.
Yeah.
The buildings have always been nice, but they were sort of empty on the inside. I feel like the medical office and gardening area finally started running too.
I think Miss Lindy, the one running the medical office, also went to Thor's with Instructor Reen. And Sandy's done an amazing job with the gardening area.
On top of all that, we also have the new Panzer Soldat models. I'm surprised to hear you read the Imperial Chronicle, though. I'd have thought you'd find it boring, given that most of its articles cover the Imperial mainland.
Well, I've been trying to be more open lately. Also, they run an article on Crossbell every now and then, so I've been trying to pick up the new issues when I can. Oh, and there was something in the table of contents I was going to ask about. What's this big conference thing about?
Oh, it's that time of year already? I think it's later than usual. The Imperial Provincial Council, held once a year, is a gathering of all the highest-ranking aristocrats in the Empire. None whose title is lesser than Count are permitted entry. Traditionally, it's been organized by the 4 great houses. So this is what Jusis and Patrick were talking about.
Yeah.
Last year, it was held in St. Arc and hosted by Marquis Higharms.
The 4 great houses. I've heard of them before. They're pretty much the ones who run this country. 2 of them got thrown in jail after the Civil War, though, right? I remember Allie mentioning she caught one of them.
You mean Duke Cayenne? He was a leader of the Noble Alliance during the Civil War. And a frickin' scumbag!
Huh?
Duke Alberea was the other one. He was captured by the original Class VII. He was charged with abuse of the people and arson when he burned down Keldic for no reason!
Right?
It was his second son that arrested him.
Sheesh, he sounds like a horrible guy. But, the original Class VII was involved in all that, too. So that means Duke Alberea's second son, the one who arrested him,
was Governor General Rufus's younger brother Jusis. I hear he's now acting as the new head of the Alberea family. Though their power may be waning, this country is still one ruled by the nobility. Were they to suddenly withdraw from running the empire, the central government would not yet be able to manage on its own. In that sense, the Imperial Provincial Council still holds great importance to this country.
Yeah, well, give Osborne enough time.
A couple more years, right?
So if he's the new head of the family, does that mean this Jusis guy's going to be there too? Well, if he's Instructor Reen's friend, I'm sure he'll support all the right stuff.
Actually, that's a pretty accurate way to look at it, yes.
I know, but think about how far she's come.
Yeah. Huh? Really?
I mean, I'm not saying I trust him just because he's Instructor Reen's friend. It's just everyone from Class 7, besides Instructor Reen, is so nice. Why do you two keep looking at me like that?
Oh, no, don't mind us. I'm starting to understand what it means to be a sucker for someone. Good morning, everyone. Seems like things are pretty lively in here. Arguing with Yuna while she's getting mad? Yeah, sounds about normal. Good morning.
Hey, don't just burst in here all of a sudden like that. Wait, are you here later than usual?
More importantly, you left the door open. That only means that we are at the halfway point and there are transfer students. Sharp as ever. It's a bit sudden, but starting today, we'll be getting some new members in our class.
What?
Sudden is an understatement, though I suppose 3 is pretty small for a class. All right, you two, come on in. Everybody knows who you are. It's you two. Yeah, good responses. I'm sure you all know each other by now, but go ahead and introduce yourselves.
I'll go first. I'm Musse Egret. I've transferred from military finance to join you here in Class 7. It's truly a pleasure to meet you all.
Obviously, I'm very happy about this, and we knew it was going to happen, but why? Ash is one thing, but why Musse?
Oh?
Ash Carbide, transferring from combat tactics. Got no plans to make friends here. But nice to meet you, I guess.
Yeah, whatever, dude. He's friendly enough if you know how to take him. Beginning this week, they will be transferred...
To Class 7?
I suppose that perhaps the reason Musse ended up in Class 7 was directly because of Aurelia.
Maybe because of where they're going next, I don't know.
Maybe. Well, Aurelia probably knows Musse, or whoever the heck she is.
The way she acted around her.
Yeah, more than anybody else, or better than anybody else here. Ash Carbide from Class 8 and Musse Egret from Class 9. According to the reports, these two are a bit too unruly. Yes, that's a fine excuse.
Put it nicely.
Consider this a punishment of sorts for them. It's not that I don't get what you mean by punishment, but...
Don't us instructors share some of the blame too?
Oh no, don't worry about a thing. They're being punished. That's the way things ought to be. No, I'd always planned to shuffle the classes around a little. I was just looking for a good excuse. And Class 7 has needed more members from the beginning. Especially after the incidents at our last 2 field exercise locations. There's such a thing as necessary manpower, and it's not like I can give them Wayne.
Well, that's true, especially considering what might happen in the future.
What's your take on this?
I don't buy it.
No question, the 2 of them have more than enough skill and mental fortitude. If they don't have any objections to the transfer, we'd be more than happy to take them in. Good to hear. Any objections, Chief Instructor?
Well, most lessons are held jointly for all 3 classes, so there should be no problems. Is this really just coincidence? The Intelligence Division did mention something about Carbide.
I'm sure they did, and Lecter's had his eye on him, but what does it mean? Well then, it's been decided.
Now Class 7 has 5 members.
Fair warning, you probably know this already. Ash can be a bit ornery, so good luck dealing with him. Yeah, got it. Ash and Musse. I should go talk to each of them in person and try to figure out what the heck is their deal! So then you take the tanks, and you drive them around to the other side of their tanks, and then you shoot them. This is called mobile defense. You lure the enemy's main force to where you want them with a token defensive line, and counterattack from a different direction. You'll need to distribute your troops, be flexible, and coordinate well, but it's a tactic that can be pulled off even with what we've got here. This is one of the things that Uncle taught me.
They don't teach you this kind of stuff at Police Academy.
Yeah, because troop movement is not something that is really something they need to learn.
I see, so it is both an offensive and defensive maneuver. Someone actually bothered to name such a basic-ass idea? Are you serious? Half of the agreements reached during the West Zemuria Trade Conference have now been nullified, but...
Well, yeah, for obvious reasons. A lot of the participants have been involved in wars or annexed.
The other half are still in place, and many hope that they'll become a bridge to repair relations between the Empire and the Republic. One of these is an agreement signed by all the countries the Transcontinental Railroad connects.
The other countries of Zemuria. Perhaps I must study them a bit more.
I know some of these names, but all these technical terms! A rather unique point of view for an NGO. This is stupid. Political agreements like that are made to be broken.
Furious. Write notes. Gotta get it all. Now, no need to get all tense. It's time for our once-a-week class on the arts. You'd better get it right or I'll stab you all. No matter if you are noble or commoner, Erebonian or otherwise, you must nourish your soul with art. Last time we covered melody, chords, and rhythm. Orion, sing the first passage on page 17.
Oh God!
Oh no.
What? Just like that?
Okay.
La 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 la.
Nice.
La 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 la.
Oh dear.
La 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 la.
Her performance lacks emotion, but...
It's very precise and beautiful in its own way.
Well, that reflected the singer, I suppose.
Yeah.
I am quite blown away, though. Your emotional expression still needs work, but having such precise melody, chords, and rhythm can still be soothing in its own way. Now, if we were to add a chord here, we would see that. Very nice, I liked that. But I always like the class stuff. Good job today, everyone. Musse and Ash, now that you're a part of Class 7, your lessons won't change much, but let me know if either of you have any concerns.
Oh, I'm perfectly fine, thank you. Nothing I can't handle, besides our art classes anyway.
You're probably good at most everything else, it's fine. I think it's safe to say everyone in that class is nervous. I didn't expect her to have me sing like that. I guess I did okay, though.
Well, I didn't expect you'd be able to actually do it on demand like that. Also, Kurt and Musse I get, but why are you so smart too, Ash?
What, you want him to be dumb?
Every single time you were called on in class, you knew the answer, no problem. Who knows? Maybe I'm just smarter than you. What did you just say?
Well, he's clearly good at learning things. He seems pretty well read. That's why he's in the literature club. He already likes reading, but I mean, he clearly is familiar with way more things than he ought to be.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you're all in the same class now, so work on getting along, though that may be getting along for you guys. Of course, my door is always open if any of you need to talk, so don't hesitate to ask about anything.
Well, if that's the case, perhaps I'll stop by your room tonight for some private lessons.
No, I'm afraid that my door will be closed to you.
Seriously, enough with that already!
Our class has suddenly become far more lively.
Something, student body.
Stand. Bow.
So now it's time for the Get to Know Ash and Musse section.
It was all pretty out of the blue, you know. Were you two both okay with being moved around like that? I did enjoy my old class and was not particularly keen on leaving, but how could I pass up a chance to be with Instructor Reen? Okay, yeah, that one's on me. I should have known asking you was a waste of my time.
I thought you, of all people, would be staunchly opposed to being in Instructor Reen's class. You were pretty vocal about how much you hate him. You even challenged him to a fight.
Nah, I don't hate him. I just don't like him is all. Subtle difference. I know he's not a bad guy and he's been through a lot of crap. I'll give him that much. Not to mention those special powers of his. That's...
How do you know about that?
Heh, that's my secret. Man, that guy's a riot. He's friends with the talking cat and he flies around in a big toy from the Dark Ages.
Yeah, I'd call that a laugh riot too. Ha 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 ha.
He gets it. So let's just say that being in his class gives me a front row seat to the gag comic that is his life.
Of course, we all know what Ash really means. He sees something of himself in him for some reason and thinks that Reen might actually understand, or that by observing him he might understand.
Yeah. Hey.
If we're to be classmates, I'd prefer to avoid any trouble you cause.
I've no doubt we'll all get along just fine. Every one of us here has an interest in Instructor Reen, one way or another, including dear Ash, of course, though he'd never admit it himself. Huh, now that you mention it...
I suppose Ash would not have taken the actions he has, were he truly uninterested. Now I understand.
I am trying to cultivate an identity, you green-haired tart.
All it means is that Ash is just as tsundere as you now.
I'll soon your daddy, little girl. Damn it, you're not just some girl, are you? You're a she-devil in human skin. Or should I call you a harpy, Egret?
Well said!
Oh, no. I'd much prefer you call me a pretty white lily.
But lilies aren't poisonous at all.
Well, anyway. Musse, Ash, welcome to Class 7 Special Operations. Let's do our best together and show Instructor Reen what we're made of. Oh. Huh.
Though our class has grown, we're still smaller than either of the other two classes. It would be best if we were to work together on any tasks we can. Good to have you aboard. First, we'll do Panzer Soldat training, or was it the keep?
Or was it the free time? All this team spirit's gonna make my lunch come back up. But if we're planning to show Schwarzer up, I'm all in. This must be the will of the goddess. I thank you for your warm welcome.
I am really curious to see how this is gonna go down.
As usual, tomorrow's briefing will be held at 3 p.m. in the tactical conference room. I will see you all then.
Yeah, pretty much, it's all routine at this point. How are you newbies treating you? You've got quite a colorful group going on now.
I imagine it's a bit difficult dealing with both Musse and Ash.
The way I see it, they were meant to be in Class 7. Didn't you see the beginning of this game? Besides, I'm looking forward to seeing what they can really do. As their instructor, and as a fellow member of Class 7, I'll do everything I can to help them hone their best qualities.
Really now? That's very you, Reen.
Well, if you ever need any help training them, just give me a holler. Sure thing, thanks.
Oh, Reen, I nearly forgot. We got these in earlier.
Yes?
There's an updated Arcuses. You can now upgrade slots.
Oh, God! The rain's making it so gloomy out. It's supposed to clear up by evening, though. A new pair of Class 7 notebooks. They'll need these for their missions. But wow, we've really come together since the field exercises in Crossbell. We went through a lot, but overall it was a good experience. Yeah, I'll say it was.
Don't know that I'd call that part a good experience.
That freaking troll Rufus dangles information, then runs away. But everyone's gotten a lot more... serious isn't the right word, but together.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't mean bonding. I mean, they've worked out a lot of their own problems.
Yeah.
And the giant mysteries are still there and still a giant mystery. The leader of the gnomes. Who could that man be?
I bet we won't find out till the next game.
There's no way it's possible. Well, anyway, I guess I should find Ash and Musse and give them their notebooks. I'd also like to chat with Lindy and Becky while I'm out. And Celine said she was going to the academy even though it was raining. She said there was something she needed to look into. Maybe I'll check up on her, too.
Now, Reen, you know we're going to talk to everyone, so...
Who knows what we'll get to.
Yeah. We've checked in on the villain's crazy plotting, and Ash and Musse's transfers are official.
The beginning of chapters, when there's nothing but story scenes Major?
What are you wearing?
Why are you like this? Why do you have to do these things?
What are you wearing, though?
Please help.